Howdy, hi. It is Do Your Job Sports MLB Rundown Picks and Predictions for Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. We are looking at the best bets of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, first things first, we're going to recap the previous day's results. Very interesting day, and the fact that I went 4-0 on over-unders, but 1-3 on the money lines. That is what happens when you take a bunch of plus money teams. So that brings our season record to 33-31. I'm going to recap these games right quick, then we'll get on to the picks for tomorrow. Game numero Juan, I think this was the first game of the day, Texas and Cincinnati. You want to talk about a horribly boring baseball game that we made money on? It was this. Texas won. Cincinnati, nothing. Therefore, our Rangers plus 105 money line hits, and the under 8.5 was the freest under you can possibly have. There was a total of 6 hits in this baseball game. The only run coming from a Josh Smith double, should have been a home run, missed it by like 5 feet, and then Jock Peterson comes around to score. I feel bad for Hunter Green, as that man went 7 innings pitched, only giving up 1 earned run, and he's now 0-1 on the season. That's tough. Jack Leiter moves to 2-0. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 hit, struck out 6. He didn't really do much, though, because he left with a blister on his hand. So he probably could have gone longer in the game. He only went 5 innings, probably could have gone 7. But shout out to Jack Leiter, as he did pretty good. The next game we won was the over 8.5 runs in the Cubs and Athletics. Unfortunately, we were on the Athletics money line, as the Cubs absolutely shelled Jeffrey Springs. He goes 3 innings, give up 4 earned runs. He walked 4 batters. How are you walking 4 batters? Cubs scored 10 on 11 hits. Both teams have 1 error. The Athletics are going to be very bad once again. Doesn't matter what ballpark they play in, they suck. We then had the under 7.5 runs in the Twins and the White Sox. This one got real greasy, real quick. Final score of this game, Minnesota 6, Chicago 1. Minnesota had 6 runs at the top of the 5th inning. Then they didn't score again for the rest of the game. Both teams with 1 error. Harrison Bader hits a home run. That's his 3rd of the year. Harrison Bader, what are you doing? Good Lord. Shout out to Byron Buxton. He hit his first home run of the year, and then he hit a double after. I don't like the Twins, but I would like for Byron Buxton to be back to being good at baseball. I remember, I don't know, it was like 2 or 3 years ago, he had one crazy, just crazy year. He's normally like a 250, 260 hitter, and then he hit for like 310 one season. You're like, who is this guy? Good Lord. All right, then finally for our last winner, with the under 8.5 runs in the Red Sox and the Orioles. That one hits as the Red Sox win 3-0. Orioles only had 4 hits. Garrett Crochet goes 8 innings pitched, 4 hits and 8 Ks. That is the Garrett Crochet we used to know in the White Sox. Turns out he is still pretty good at baseball. Our losers, we had the Athletics, like I said. They got absolutely shelled by Chicago. Probably shouldn't take the Athletics anymore. Another team I shouldn't be betting, the White Sox. They are dog shit. We had them plus 150. I think I'm done betting the White Sox. Back-to-back days, they got housed. They lose the game 6-1. They have 6 hits and only score 1. They're horrible. Their lineup is just so bad. I mean, there is not a single dude on this lineup I'm actually concerned about. The only dude, no, actually, I was going to say Miguel Vargas from the Dodgers, but no, I'm not concerned about him. It legitimately might be Luis Robert is their best bat on the team. That's a problem. Then we have the Orioles plus 105. They don't get a single run across as Garrett Crochet dominates, like I said. Okay, that's how we go 5-3. Let's get on to the picks for tomorrow. Game number 1. This is the first time you will see me doing this. I am not betting them any money line here. I'm not touching it. The only thing I'm touching is the over 9.5 runs. Pitching for Colorado, Antonio Sansazela. And then pitching for the Phillies, I don't know how this dude is still a starting pitcher in the league. Taijuan Walker. He is horrible. Both of these pitchers I don't think are any good. Granted, Santacilia has already pitched 4 innings this year. Didn't give up any runs, and he walked 2 guys. Now, the main reason I'm taking the over there's going to be some weather implications here. The wind is blowing out of this stadium at starting pitch 15.5 miles an hour, blowing out. So the ball is going to carry. Therefore, lots of runs. The Phillies, they're pretty good at batting. Look at their lineup. Literally, everybody until probably Sosa at 8 is a concerning threat to go deep. You could argue maybe not Alec Boehm. Harper, yes. Trey Turner, yes. Schwarber, yes. Castellanos, he's old, but still yes. Maybe not Real Muto. Kepler, yes. Their whole team is good. And the Rockies, they're not really good. I mean, you're still paying Chris Bryant a ridiculous amount of money. I do like Kyle Farmer at the 8 spot. Mickey Moniak, I don't mind. McMahon, I don't mind. Brenton Doyle, I don't mind. I'm only taking the over. If you're going to give me a team going against Taijuan Walker and the wind's going out at 15 miles an hour, I have to do it. If you are interested in the money line, the Phillies are laying 215. Rockies getting plus 180. The minus 1.5 for Philly is 110, although I don't really like laying minus 1.5 with home teams because there's a chance we only get 8 at bats. So give me the over and nothing else. Next game, I'm doing it again, but instead this time we're taking the over instead of the under for basically the same reason as aforementioned in the Phillies game, weather. Give me the Orioles minus 105 in the over, 9.5 runs. Red Sox on the mound, Tanner Houck, 0-1 on the season with a 6.35 ERA. Orioles on the mound, Charlie Morton, also 0-1, but with a 10.8 ERA, as I think he got housed by Toronto in his first start of the year. So like I said, kind of like the Phillies angle, the wind here not blowing quite as hard, but it is 12.5 miles out of the stadium. 2 pitchers who really didn't put up good performances in their first outings. Tanner Houck, let me double check who he got housed by in his first. He got put it on by the Rangers as he went 5 innings, gave up 7 hits and 4 earned runs, having more base on balls than strikeouts. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. There is no chance I am betting that pitcher. Let me real quickly pull up Charlie Morton. This man, good God, he went 3 innings, gave up 7 hits, 4 earned runs against the Blue Jays. We're looking at lineups. I trust the Orioles, even though they are coming off of getting absolutely blanketed by Crochet. Bounce back spot, I think they can get it done here at home. Give me the Orioles, minus 105, and the over, 9.5 runs. If the runs are at 9.5, they're telling you there's going to be some runs. So give me the over. All right, now this is probably the worst game of the day that I'm betting. There is one game that I refuse to bet because it's too bad. But I'm going to take the Twins minus 125 on the money line in their home opener. I don't love doing it, but I think I have to. Also taking the under of 7.5 runs. Astros have on the mound Hunter Brown, who actually pitched pretty well in his opening game. He is 0-1 on the year, though, with a 3.0 ERA. He gave up 4 hits, 2 earned runs in 6 innings pitched against the Mets as the Astros lost that game 3-1. Joe Ryan going for the Twins. He's 0-0 on the season with a 1.80 ERA. He went... excuse me. I'm trying to find his previous game, but I can't find it. What did he do? He went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits and 1 earned run against St. Louis. The Astros, they are in a back-to-back travel spot here. Their previous game was yesterday at home against San Francisco, where they lost 6-3. They have lost 3 games in a row. They got swept at home by the Giants, where they scored 6 runs total in a 3-game set. The Twins are coming off of back-to-back wins against the White Sox. They had previously lost 4 in a row, but I don't know if something clicked or if their manager just whacked them upside the head with the baseball bat and said, hey, we shouldn't be 0-4 to start the year. So they bounced back. They beat the White Sox 8-3 and 6-1. Like I said earlier in the video, Byron Buxton had a home run in a double. Carlos Correa is still very much struggling this year. I think maybe a homestand gets him right. I do like the bottom half of their lineup. Jose Miranda, if you guys remember last year, he had that crazy hit streak. They picked up Ty France from the Mariners, I think. I like Wallner leading off. I've always liked him. Larnick at the 4 spot's good. They have a decent lineup, and I really don't want to bet against Joe Ryan, who was really good last year. Hunter Brown was also good toward the end of the season, but in a back-to-back spot for the Astros, Twins home opener, give me the Twins minus the 125 and the under 7.5 runs. Final game here, it is Arizona and New York. I'm taking the Diamondbacks minus 110 on the money line and the over of 9.5 runs. This is the final game of this series. The Diamondbacks have won the first two, and I said, screw it. I think they're going to sweep because why not? Diamondbacks on the mound, they got Merrill Kelly. Oh, I just realized I forgot to change their records. The Diamondbacks are not 1-4. They're 4-2. And the Yankees are not 2-3. They're 3-2. Whoops, my bad. Anyway, Merrill Kelly 1-0 on the year with a 1.69 ERA. In his previous game, he went 5.1 innings against the Cubs, giving up four base on balls, but only 3 hits. So the command was kind of struggling with 4 walks, but thankfully the Cubs couldn't hit the broadside of a barn that day, so he was okay. Carlos Carrasco. I've seen this man pitch way too many innings of baseball, considering he's been on the Guardians for 2 different stints. In his first game, he got absolutely rocked. I'm talking cattywampus. He pitched 2 innings, gave up 5 hits and 3 earned runs to the Brewers. This man is old. He's 38 years old. He does not throw the ball hard. His movement is not good. If you can see a baseball, you can hit a baseball. And the Diamondbacks have been playing well recently. Like I said, they won the first 2 games of the series. Now, the Yankees could just come out here and score 10 runs. So that is why I'm also taking the over of 9.5. All right, that's going to do it for me in this video. I appreciate you guys watching and tuning in. Now, technically, there is one more game. It is the Reds and the Brewers, but I am not touching that. It is Nick Lodolo going against Nestor Cortez. I refuse to bet any game where Nestor Cortez is a favorite. No thanks. Also not taking the Reds, though. They're on a back-to-back. So I'm going to pass on that game completely. All right, thanks for tuning in, y'all. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.